Okay, I'd like to welcome everybody to the Thursday, November 20th, 2025 regular Board of Education meeting in the Harding High School Mary Ellen Withrow Community Room tonight at 6 p.m. As we always start, this meeting is a meeting of the Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered a public community meeting. There is a time for public participation during the meeting as indicated in the agenda item. Our mission statement: Marion City Schools educates and nurtures each student in and beyond the classroom, uniting our community in growing partnerships with families today and into the future. Our vision: inspiring a community of achievement. And our core beliefs: maintaining trust with students, families, staff, and community, ensuring transparency and honesty in all relationships, valuing an inclusive and accepting environment, holding one another accountable, encouraging partnerships that support our mission, and creating a culture of lifelong learning. Before we officially call the meeting to order and recite the Pledge of Allegiance, Vice President Swanger has two memoriams that we're going to read first.
Thank you, President. We would like to honor two people who have passed away recently, and I will apologize to Joanne Yazel's family as I missed this one last month. I failed to give it to President Weibling when I was gone. But Joanne Regina Yazel, Joanne possessed a lifelong love of learning, which led her to earn a teaching degree from Bowling Green State University. Her teaching degree began at Clarendon Elementary School and continued with Marion City Schools, where she touched countless young lives before her retirement. A woman of faith, warmth, kindness, and gentle spirit, Joanne will be fondly remembered by many friends she made throughout her teaching career, and her dedication to Trinity Baptist Church and her dear friends at Willowbrook Run at Delaware. Above all, she cherished time spent with her beloved family, especially her 7 grandchildren, 6 great-grandchildren who brought her endless joy. Joanne passed away on October 9th. Second person we would like to honor is Richard J. Dick Richards, who passed away on November 7th. A man who believed in the value of hard work. Dick held his first job as an usher at Marion Palace Theater and his last as a greeter at Walmart, roles that reflected his lifelong love of people. Over his 65-plus years of employment, he worked at countless places, including Tecumseh Products and Purex, ran his own business, Richard's Lawn Care, and served as the beloved custodian at Silver Street Schools. Faith was central to Dick's life. He was a lifelong member of St. Mary's Church in Marion and a member of the Knights of Columbus. He was also a devoted Ohio State Buckeye fan, so much that he dedicated an entire room in his home to the Scarlet and Gray. When he wasn't cheering on the Buckeyes, Dick could be found on the golf course at Kings Mill, where he was a member most of his life, or playing cards, especially poker, with his friends and family. Music was always in Dick's heart. Whether singing along to one of his favorite oldies or showing off his dance moves, he brought joy wherever he went. A natural entertainer and a jokester, he delighted everyone with his famous Donald Duck impressions, always finding a way to make others feel loved and laughed. So we would like to honor these two former employees of Marion City Schools.
Also like to thank Mary Ellen Withrow. We are in her room tonight, so thank you again for joining us. I think you were here with us again in May too, so thank you so much. If everyone would please, we'll call the meeting to order. We'll do the pledge, and then afterwards just a 30-second moment of silence for the service of Joanne Yazel and Dick Richards.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Also, thank you to all the parents and all the little ones who are here. I'm sure there's 1,000 different places you'd rather be right now, but that's okay. So thank you for joining us, and that's just fine. Mrs. Carter, can you please call the roll?
Mr. Ratliff.
Here.
Mr. Weibling.
Here.
Mrs. Dyer. Here. Ms. Swanger.
Present.
Mr. Guyer.
Here. Okay, that takes us to agenda item number 3, agenda confirmation. Before we confirm the agenda, are there any motions for additions or deletions? Okay, seeing that there are none, we will move to letter B, approval of the agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Jolene, call the roll, please.
Ms. Swanger.
Yes.
Mr. Guyer.
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff.
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer.
Yes.
Mr. Weibling.
Yes. Agenda item number 4, superintendent's report. Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, thank you, President Weibling. President Weibling, members of the board, tonight we are taking a moment to reaffirm and enhance our district's recognition of one of Harding's high schools and Marion's most distinguished graduates, Mary Ellen Withrow, former Treasurer of the United States. Several years ago, the Board of Education officially named the Harding High School Community Room in her honor. In the spirit of continuing to recognize her remarkable achievements and her legacy as a national leader who began her journey right here in Marion, Ohio, we are adding additional permanent signage to this room. First and foremost, you'll see the sign right up here, Mary Ellen Withrow Community Room. That's new there. Also, those of you that entered the building from these doors here, above that there's new signage. And then over here we have Mary Ellen Withrow's painting, and beside that we have another sign which is covered right now, and we'll unveil that a little here in a few minutes. This signage will provide a more comprehensive tribute to Ms. Withrow's accomplishments, her career in public service, and her connection to Harding High School. It will enrich the space and serve as an inspiration for our students, our staff, and community members who use this room. Ms. Withrow's journey from Marion to Treasurer of the United States exemplifies the values we want to instill in our students. She represents achievement, service, perseverance, and community pride. Her story reminds us that student success at the highest level can be achieved right here with those of us that live in Marion, Ohio. We have prepared a golden proclamation for her in her honor tonight, reaffirming the board's previous naming action and recognizing the expanded tribute through the new signage. Before introducing the signage, I would like to introduce Mr. Scott Spears, a former graduate of Harding High School himself, class of 2000, host and owner of WGH Talk, Associated Press award-winning journalist. Scott has some of his interviews include Phyllis Diller, Betty White, Phil Donahue, and Dick Van Dyke. He's also interviewed 5 of the Ohio governors, and he's maybe 6, as he has interviewed both candidates who are running this coming or next year. So with that being said, Scott.
Thank you.
Just hit the button.
Hit the button. We good? There?
Yes.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. It's always a pleasure to be here anytime Mary Ellen is honored. I love to be here. She's one of the nicest ladies you've ever met. She recently celebrated a birthday back in October. We had a great party, and there were some videos we played that night that I think exemplify the career of Mary Ellen. And there are 2 of those videos that we wanted to play tonight before the honor of the school board and the superintendent is bestowed upon her. Now, one of those is from somebody who I've had on my program several times. He is a legendary ABC News correspondent. He covered President Bill Clinton as well as Richard Nixon. He is Sam Donaldson.
A wonderful woman, Mary Ellen Withrow. Now, I don't know her in the sense that I met her.
Use technical difficulties.
Try again. Then we check.
I'm delighted to be with you tonight to celebrate the accomplishments of a wonderful woman, Mary Ellen Withrow. Now, I don't know her in the sense that I met her. I haven't met her, but I do know her. You bet I know her. All men have been battling all their lives against women like Mary Ellen in a vain effort to stay on top, to be the top gun in this world. Now, Mary Ellen was not born when women chained themselves to Woodrow Wilson's White House gates in order to get the vote. But when she turned to civic duty many years later, she looked around. She was raising 4 children, but she said there ought to be a woman on the school board. So she ran, and she won. And then she became the chairman of the school board. And then she said, I'd like to be the treasurer of the county. And some men said to her, Mary Ellen, you're not strong enough to open this vault down there in the courthouse. Well, she was strong enough to win the election, and she went on from that to become the treasurer of the state of Ohio and treasurer of the United States of America. You see, women like Mary Ellen didn't realize that they were supposed to do that. We men were supposed to do that. And they just went ahead and did it. Like my friend, the late Barbara Walters. Now, when Barbara started working in this business, she worked for NBC, but not as a reporter, not as an anchor. She worked as a clerk, but she couldn't understand that that was all she could do. So she went on, and she became the most accomplished, the most sought after, the best interviewer of people in the United States on any subject. And she made a lot of money. In the 1990s, Barbara, I think, had to cash all those $100 bills, and Mary Ellen had to sign them. Mary Ellen, I think you used an auto pen. I'm told, for instance, that you have 1.1 trillion U.S. currency that has your signature on it. How did you do that? I mean, anyway, women can't be stopped. They've worked hard at it. They've had to. In the 1930s, I went to school in El Paso, Texas, with a little girl. I was a little boy. And we both went on, and I graduated from college, and after a few years, I became a national news reporter. I worked at the White House. I challenged presidents with tough questions. I just gave them hell. And the little girl went to law school. And when she graduated, she couldn't get a job. But she worked hard. She just kept at it. And after a while, toward the end, she got a really good job. My school chum, Sandra Day O'Connor, became the first female Associate Justice of the United States Supreme Court. Women can do it. They are doing it everywhere. Just look at the accomplishments that Mary Ellen has done. You're celebrating that tonight, and we thank you for it, Mary Ellen. But I think you've got one more hurdle to jump. It may be a tough one, but you can do it. They say that in baseball, 3 strikes and you're out. But I say that the third time a woman runs for president of the United States, she's going to win. And it might as well be you. And if you tell me, Sam, I'm too old. You're too old. Have you looked at the ages of the male presidents in recent years? Why, 95 is the new 80. So jump in and win. And when you win, I'm going to come out of retirement. I'm just 2.5 years younger than you are. I'm going to go back to the press room. And when you come back down to the press room to be taken apart by someone like me, I'm going to do it. I'm going to ask you tough questions, Mary Ellen. I'm just going to give you hell. But it's going to be a wonderful hell to a wonderful woman. And I'm so glad to say tonight, we all love you. Bye.
Thank you, Sam. Now, one of the other videos we want to play here tonight, we played during the birthday celebration, was from the man who swore Mary Ellen in when she became Treasurer of the United States back in 1994. He was the Vice President of the United States, Al Gore.
It's my great pleasure to be able to wish Mary Ellen Withrow an incredibly happy 95th birthday. Hi, Mary Ellen. You are a true trailblazer and an inspiration to so many people across Ohio and across our great country. You have certainly inspired me over the years with your integrity, your effective leadership, and your deeply held commitment to outstanding public service. I'm sure I join many of those celebrating you today and asking, what is it we can get the woman who has her name on $1.1 trillion? I'm still working on the answer to that one. But in the meantime, I want to offer my most sincere and heartfelt wishes for a day filled with family, friends, and a whole lot of fanfare to celebrate you. Happy, happy birthday, Mary Ellen. I'm so proud to call you a dear friend.
Former Vice President of the United States, Al Gore. Now, on the night we celebrated Mary Ellen, it was the day of her birthday, October the 2nd, there were a couple things that we had not received yet that came after, and tonight we get to present those before the school board does what they're going to do tonight. So this is kind of nice. This showed up in the mail. This is from the state of Ohio. Whereas Mary Ellen Withrow was born on October 2nd in Marion County, and whereas after graduating Marion Harding High School in 1948, Mary Ellen became active in her community by becoming involved in Red Cross programs, the Women's Guild, and Mothers of OSU students. And whereas Mary Ellen met Norman Withrow in 1945 at the former YMCA in Marion, and they got married in 1948. And whereas together Mary Ellen and Norman raised daughters Linda, Leslie, Norma, and Rebecca. And whereas in 1969, Mary Ellen began her political career as the first woman elected to serve on the Elgin School Board. And whereas she was elected Marion County Treasurer, the first woman, in 1976. And whereas she was elected Treasurer of the state of Ohio in 1982 and served 3 terms in that position. Whereas, as the Treasurer of the state of Ohio, Mary Ellen implemented innovative programs, delivered record earnings, and earned national recognition for her efficient management and dedication to fiscal responsibility, in 1990, City and State newspaper named her the nation's most valuable state public official. And whereas Mary Ellen served as president of the National Association of State Auditors, Comptrollers, and Treasurers in 1990, and as president of the National Association of State Treasurers in 1992, and whereas in 1994, President Bill Clinton nominated her as U.S. Treasurer, making Withrow the first person to serve as treasurer at all 3 levels of government, local, state, and national. And whereas, as U.S. Treasurer, Withrow introduced the State Quarters Project and authorized the issuance of the Sacagawea dollar and the redesign of the 5, 10, 20, 50, and $100 bills. And whereas she is the recipient of numerous honors, including being inducted into the Ohio Women's Hall of Fame, the YWCA's Women of Achievement Award, the Women Who Make a Difference Award from the International Women's Forum, and the U.S. Treasury's Joint Financial Management Improvement Program. And now, therefore, we, Mike DeWine and Jim Tressel, Governor and Lieutenant Governor of the state of Ohio, do hereby recognize the birthday and accomplishments of Mary Ellen Withrow. And that's the state of Ohio seal on that proclamation. And, yeah. And one other thing before I turn it back over to the school board here. This letter came the day of Mary Ellen's birthday. It's dated October 2nd, 2025. We had a copy of it that day, but we have the actual letter right now that I can present to Mary Ellen. This was from it's to the Honorable Mary Ellen Withrow. Dear Mary Ellen, Hillary and I are delighted to join with your family and friends in wishing you a very happy birthday. I was proud to nominate you to be the Treasurer of the United States when I was President, and will always be grateful for the innovative and efficient leadership you brought to that role. I hope you look back on your long career in public service with a sense of deep pride and satisfaction. Best wishes to you for a joyous celebration and a wonderful year ahead. Sincerely, President Bill Clinton. All I have to say, it's been a pleasure to know Mary Ellen. She's done so much for me in my career, along with those other great names. Mary Ellen has probably been on with me more than any other guest, and it's always been fun. And it's kind of nice to come back to a school board meeting and see so many people here, because it all started for Mary Ellen on the school board in 1969. So this is quite apropos. Brian, back to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott.
So, President Weibling, I would like to make a recommendation to the Board of Education to read and take action on the proclamation that sits in front of you.
Gotcha, thank you. We've heard from the federal level, the state level, now it's time for the local level. And before I read that, you're about to hear, kids, you're about to hear whereas a lot more again, but this is from us now. For all of our female students who are here tonight, I want you to realize what you're hearing, what you're witnessing. A woman from Marion, Ohio became the U.S. Secretary of Treasury. Her signature was on every single dollar bill, $10, you name it, across the country, from Marion, Ohio. So never doubt, because be proud that this is your hometown and that you can do this being from Marion. So please, and listen up so you understand what you're witnessing tonight. And if you're too young, somebody's going to have to tell you about 10 years from now, but that's okay. Marion City Schools Board of Education proclamation honoring Mary Ellen Withrow. Whereas Mary Ellen Withrow is a proud graduate of Harding High School and a lifelong Marion resident whose exceptional career has brought national recognition and pride to our community. And whereas Miss Withrow dedicated decades of distinguished service to the citizens of Ohio and the United States, culminating in her appointment as the 40th Treasurer of the United States, where her signature appeared on American currency and symbolized her leadership on the national stage. And whereas the Marion City Schools Board of Education, in prior action, officially named the Harding High School Community Room in her honor, recognizing her extraordinary achievements and her deep connection to this school district. And whereas the board continues to affirm and celebrate Ms. Withrow's legacy as a role model for Harding students, demonstrating that individuals from Marion can rise to positions of national importance through hard work, integrity, and service. Whereas the district seeks to enhance the existing tribute by adding permanent signage to further highlight Ms. Withrow's accomplishments, her biography, and her inspirational journey from Harding High School to national leadership. Now therefore be it resolved, the Marion City Schools Board of Education hereby reaffirms its recognition of Mary Ellen Withrow and celebrates the installation of expanded signage in the Harding High School Community Room in her honor. Be it further resolved that this proclamation be entered into the official record of the Board of Education and be presented to Ms. Withrow as a gesture of appreciation and respect for her lasting contributions to our schools, our community, and our nation. Adopted this 20th day of November 2025 by the Marion City School District Board of Education. Do we have a motion?
So moved. Second.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Swanger.
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer.
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff.
Yes.
Mr. Guyer.
Yes.
Mr. Weibling.
Yes. And sorry, board members, I didn't open it up for discussion. If anybody has something to say. Yes.
I'm just, as I look back, I look over the heads of everybody and I see the big word inspire on the back, and that's what Mary Ellen Withrow has done. She has inspired a lot of people, so thank you very much.
Gotcha.
Come up.
Yes.
So as I mentioned earlier, we have 3 new signage for this room. We have the sign up here that says Mary Ellen Withrow Community Room. Also outside of the door here, we have new signage. And then beside the painting of Mary Ellen, we also have a new sign that's going to, we'd like to have Mary Ellen come up here and take this off. And yeah, can we get a picture real fast? Yeah, let's get a picture. We'll get a picture by yourself. Then we'll get it. Then we'll get it.
We'll take the mic and then we'll bring
you so much.
Sorry.
There it is. Okay. Well, thank you so much for this. It's lovely. I like what you've said. But I have to think about my time at Harding and how important teachers are, because I know everybody here understands that. My teacher for government was Mary Jo Stafford. And she followed me in my career and went to my events and really was very encouraging to me. And I think about that a lot, because what it means to have somebody that was your teacher to follow and encourage you in your career. So I say thank you very much, Mary Jo. And I want to thank everybody for this. This is very, very lovely. Thank you.
Okay, so next, as part of Superintendent's update, what I'd like to do is we're going to recognize a few students now that we have in the audience. And if I could have the board members come up front here. We got awards over here. Students are going to come up, shake hands with the board members. Mr. Hayner will call their names. First, we'll be recognizing the girls' tennis team, and then we'll be recognize our student athletes that were all MOAC.
Alrighty, so Certificate of Achievement. Girls Tennis Team for Outstanding Achievement in Tennis at Marion Harding High School. MOAC Regular Season Champs, MOAC Tournament Champs. Our girls tennis team is led by our MOAC Tennis Coach of the Year, Blaine Pitts.
So, girls' tennis team.
Congratulations on your achievement.
Good job, ladies.
Can we take a quick picture?
Congratulations, ladies. Our next Certificate of Achievement goes to Macy Harper for Outstanding Achievement in Tennis at Marion Harding High School. First team MOAC.
Some of them could not be here because they have other athletic
Jose Baltazar de Dios. I apologize if I messed your name up. For outstanding achievement in boys soccer at Marion Harding High School, first team MOAC. Leah Price. For outstanding achievement in girls cross country at Marion Harding High School, first team MOAC. Adley Haynes, for outstanding achievement in tennis at Marion Harding High School, first team MOAC. Adley Haynes.
Not here.
Andrew Tackett, for outstanding achievement in boys cross country at Marion Harding High School, first team MOAC.
Not here.
Landon Keller, for outstanding achievement in football at Marion Harding High School, first team MOAC. Lucas Keller, for outstanding achievement in football at Marion Harding High School, first team MOAC. Jamari J.J. Starks, for outstanding achievement in football at Marion Harding High School, first team MOAC. Ladies and gentlemen, congratulations on your achievements.
So, Mr. President, that concludes my part. Assistant Superintendent Hayner is bringing in some students for his part, and they are en route to come here as we speak. And I believe we have around 30-some students, so I think we may want to come this way when we get to that part to allow them to come up here if we can, as they're quiet.
While our choir gets set up, board members, tonight you have a special treat for you. I bring to you Taft Elementary and their choir led by Miss Rita Rhodes. Also, I got to give a huge shout out. Each year, our elementary schools participate in PBIS. This year, we had 3 of our buildings that got special awards. Hayes, McKinley, and Harrison Elementary School all received bronze awards. That's huge. That's saying that our behaviors are being in check, and we're winning awards based upon that in our building. So congratulations to all 3 of our buildings.
on me. Eyes on me. Eyes on me. Shh, girls. Eyes on me.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you are with choir and you want to take them with you and they rode the bus here and you want to take them home, please see Mr. Elwood or Miss Johnson in the hallway to sign your child out.
You can round them up, yeah. With us? I think that's what they're wanting. But thank you.
So all I'm going to do is say, I'm just going to have her say something.
Yeah, go ahead. Mr. Levin.
So I'm going to, I went to Taft's Academic Showcase tonight, and the character education that we implemented this year, I was so impressed that I went by that table, and I was impressed with this. What's your name, honey?
Delaney.
Delaney what?
Delaney McFarland.
So I'm going to have her say what she said, and she didn't even know who I was or what, but I'm going to have her explain what this month's character education theme is and exactly what she said. I'm glad she's here because I was going to mention that in my report. So here you go, Delaney. So what is the theme? What's the theme for November?
The theme for November is gratitude, and gratitude means to appreciate the people and things in our lives.
She went on, she had way more, but she's nervous. But thank you. Thank you so much. Gratitude for Thanksgiving. Good job.
What grade, Ms. Dyer, what grade is she in?
Here. Tell me your grade and your teacher's name.
I'm in 3rd grade, and my teacher's Miss Axel from Taft Elementary.
Gotcha. I'm very proud of what you guys did.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Take care. Appreciate it.
Mr. President, that concludes my assistant superintendent report.
Mr. Hayner, thank you for putting that together, as always. Okay, that takes us to agenda item 6, Treasurer's Report, Board Minute Approval. Do we have a motion to approve board minutes from October 20th, 2025?
Motion.
I'll second. Jolene, call the roll, please.
Mr. Guyer?
Yes.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Okay, takes us to 6B, financial approvals. Motion to approve the following financial items: October checks, October fund balances, and October financial report. Jolene, did you want to report before we?
Yeah, just
Gotcha.
a brief report. Basically, we are on track from what I forecasted. Of course, we're only a month out from it, so we should be pretty close. So that there's not a lot of variance there. I do also want to update you on the legislature that they passed the property tax reform bills. Those are headed to the governor for signature. The impact for us will be, we will be capped on the our growth due to inflation. So they're going to go inflationary. So for the next 3 years, that's about a $750,000 loss per year for the next 3 years. The other bill that passed, which it will include emergency levies in the 20 mil floor, that won't impact us until our next 3-year appraisal update. So we won't have that. So that would be additional lost revenue, but that won't affect us for 3 years. And the legislature also reinstated that we would be able to renew our emergency levy. So that's a bill that they did pass too. So they reinstated that, so you can renew your and continue to get your rollback if you pass those renewals. So that's the major things that happen in the impact. So there's a lot, still a lot to unpack. The basis of how much we're going to lose was the Legislative Service Commission did some simulations, and that's where I got those figures, because at this point, that's all we have to go on until we see how the impact of everything hits. But
Now, there was some hope on the horizon. I know it's in its infancy. But we had correct me if I'm wrong, a bill that was introduced. Was it Brenner? Is that
Senate Bill
correct?
93.
Yeah.
Senator Brenner, yeah.
That one, my expectation is that one's going to take a while, and I'm thinking that that will probably be the next budget cycle when that will be introduced, or really pushed forward if they've got a lot of work to do on it. So there are more changes on the horizon, but at this point, we're dealing with the ones that we have passed. So.
Gotcha.
And what was the amount capped based on inflation? What was that figure again?
It would be about a $750,000 a year revenue loss for us.
For the next 3 years.
For the next 3 years, yeah.
Starting 26 fiscal year, right?
Yeah, the collections in 26, that's correct.
Now, that's an estimation, we know for sure.
Well, that's an estimate based on the Legislative
It's not
Service
for
Commission.
sure the loss, but we estimate it's gonna be in that
They're
realm.
usually pretty accurate
Yeah,
with
yeah.
their
Okay.
simulations, so. And, and it's based on the actual appraisal that was done this
Correct.
year, so. And just, it won't hit us this fiscal year because of the timing of when they pass the bill, because counties are already getting ready to send out bills for the first half. So the credit, that's how it's going to, the loss to us will be a credit back to taxpayers, and that will hit on second half. So everybody that is a taxpayer in Marion County will see a credit on their second half. And then that'll be the loss of the $750,000 will hit us next fiscal year because of second half.
Do you know what that credit is per like 100,000?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I did not figure that out.
Okay.
I mean, when we collect, $8 to $9 million, and it's a $750,000, so it's a credit. It's not a significant amount, but it is.
That's what I'm trying to, I guess.
Yeah,
what we're
for-
trying
per-
to get to the per taxpayer.
Yeah, no, I don't-
100,000 amount's probably not a huge savings.
No,
I
it's
know
not.
some people
It's
think
not huge, but it's something for
Correct.
the taxpayers. So.
Correct.
Any other questions or comments for Jolene? Okay, do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any further discussion? Jolene, call the roll, please.
Ms. Longer,
Yes.
Mr. Guyer,
Yes.
excuse me, Mr. Ratliff,
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer.
Yes.
Mr. Weibling.
Yes.
Jolene, could you give me that per 100,000? or
I will figure that.
Whatever they have.
Yes, I absolutely will
Yeah.
figure that out. Yep.
I'd like to see that info of
Yep.
what the taxpayer is truly saving.
Okay, that takes us to agenda item number 7, hearing of the public. The Board of Education recognizes the value to school governance of public comment on educational issues and the importance of allowing members of the public to express themselves on school matters of community interest. Public participation is a time set aside for the board to listen to public comments, but it is not intended as a time for dialogue. The board offers public participation to members of the public in accordance with the procedures below. The board applies these procedures to all speakers and does not discriminate based on the identity of the speaker, content of the speech, or viewpoint of the speaker. I did not receive any forms. Is there anybody that wanted to speak tonight? Gotcha.
I don't think he's, I mean, you can sign it. I don't think he's asking. He's
Yeah, I was just
asking
going
to
to,
go.
yeah, if we don't get them, we ask just to make sure in case somebody wasn't aware of that, so. Gotcha.
Push the button.
Button on the side there.
Okay. Oh, right here. Okay. Hello? Okay. Hello. Okay. So my name is Yolanda Reese. I'm the mother of Tremel Thompson Reese. Recently, he has been cut from the Harding basketball program, and I would just like to come here and express my concerns, if you guys would just listen. I have reached out to a few people like Mr. Murphy, the athletic director, the basketball coach, talked to a few parents, few students. My concern is I just feel like he's not being treated fairly. That's it, that's all. I'm not coming here to bash anybody else's child. I'm coming here to stand up for mine. He's a senior this year. He's an outstanding athlete,
and I believe a pillar of this community. He played football. He was a captain the whole season. I think some of his coaches can vouch for him. I couldn't get a hold of everybody, but my concern is I just feel like he's not being treated fairly. So I would just like to go over like a few things that's happened within like the last couple of weeks, if I could. And I kind of would like him to speak, if that's okay.
What's up? I'm Tramel. I got it in my notes.
He's nervous. Yeah, just go from the top.
So the first thing I had was the first situation was November 3rd, first practice of the year. Me and coach got into a verbal altercation, which led to me being kicked out of practice and cut from the team. November 10th, I came and had a conversation with coach, and he said, I'll be fine. He's fine with me coming back. He'll ask the team, coaches, and administration. He'll let me know. His exact words was, I wish you didn't wait so long. Have a good day. So then after that, November 11th, let me go to the other one. So November 13th at 10:26, I was called down to the office, blind, nervous, not knowing what was going on. I got pulled into the conference room, saw Coach and Mr. Kearns sitting there, not knowing.
I had no idea about any of this. I was not contacted at all.
I was called out of class, down to the. Let me restart. I'm nervous.
You're okay. You're fine.
You're fine.
November 26th, I was called down to the office out of class, blind, not knowing what it was, not knowing if I was getting checked out, called to talk to Mr. Schneider or anything. I got called, pointed into the conference room, went to the conference room. Coach and Mr. Kearns was sitting there, sat down, and they basically told me, we made our decision and you can't come back. I asked, why? He said, you took too long to come back and talk to me. Also that not that you took forever, it's what you did while you were gone. My response was, what did I do while I was gone? What do you mean? His response was, transferring and trying to come back to school. Transferring and trying to come back and play for me doesn't sit right with me. Marrying Harding is a first resort, not a last. My response was, how are you going to use that against me when the only reason I transferred was to play basketball, keep playing basketball, just pursue the dream, not out of playing basketball, because that's something I did since I was a kid. His response, I don't care. Harding is not a last resort, it's a first resort. All you had to do was come back and talk to me. My response, I've known you for 3 months. How do you expect me to be so comfortable coming to talk to you after you just cussed me out, kicked me out, and cut me from the team? So also, regarding that, November 11th, verbal altercation between Marion, the Harding president and Mansfield Senior. Altercation led to a kid getting all 3 strikes, being kicked off the team in the locker room right afterwards. November 12th, the day after, coach apologized to the same kid that was kicked off the team about being too emotional. And the same kid was let back on the team, no consequences. His 3rd strike got pushed to 2. November 16th, 3 days after he pulled me into the office, there was a verbal altercation, close to being a physical altercation during practice between a senior and a freshman, where everyone was holding the senior back from physically trying to hurt the freshman. But all the senior was told by coach was, you need to calm down or I'll give you 2 strikes. So my concern is, how does everybody else keep getting 2 strikes, 3 strikes, this and that, but my strikes ended in one, I just had 1 strike. I just feel like it just wasn't fair, and since I just feel like it ain't been fair, and I understand I tried to transfer, I did what I did, and I came to him about it like an adult and talked to him, and I understand I was wrong, but the reason me transferring wasn't to hurt nobody's feelings, talk down on the program, and none of that. It was just for me to specifically just play basketball and keep doing what I do and love playing basketball. So that was really it.
Tramel, correct?
Yes.
Gotcha. And there's a limit for this
Yeah.
unless we extend. It was 3 minutes. We're almost at 6, so
Okay.
I get it. Nice job. Thank you. I know it's not easy. So we will definitely further discuss this. Mom, 30 seconds. Anything else you wanted to finish up with?
Yes, I just would like to read a letter from Thaddeus Carter. I know he's a big part of this community and this school. I did have some letters from parents, and I'm sorry, I know I can't read them all, but I really would like to read this one if possible. And it states, character witness statement for Tremel Thompson Reese. I gotta look up my glasses, sorry. To whom it may concern, I'm writing on behalf of Tremel Thompson Reese, a young man I have known for many years and someone who has always shown me nothing but respect, kindness, and cooperation. Whenever I've asked Tremel to do something, whether it's helping with a task, stepping up a moment of need, or taking responsibility, he has done it without hesitation. The willingness to listen, to work hard, and to show respect is something I have always admired about him. Tremel is one of those young men who is often misunderstood by people who haven't taken the time to get to know him. There is much more to him than what can be seen on the surface. If you don't have a relationship with him, you may not understand what he carries, what he's been through, or what he deals with on a daily basis. But once you take the time to truly listen to him and see the world for his perspective, you discover a kind-hearted, thoughtful, and good-natured young man who wants to do the right thing. I have never known Tremel to be intentionally disrespectful or harmful. Instead, I have seen a young man who tries, sometimes quietly, sometimes through his actions, to show that he cares. He feels confident in who he is. Being a part of a team gives him structure, support, and belonging. When Tremel is active in sports, you can see how much it means to him. You can see how he lights up. You can see that big, genuine smile that tells you he feels understood and valued. Tremel is a young man with a good heart. Even if it doesn't always show in traditional ways, sometimes he just needs someone who will slow down, talk to him, and try to understand before passing judgment. I truly believe with the right people around him, people who take the time to build trust, Tremel can continue to grow into a strong, confident, and successful young man he is capable of becoming. To whoever is reading this, I ask that you give Tremel a fair chance. Take some time to see who he really is underneath the challenges he faces. Give him a moment to express himself. Give him space to grow. And most importantly, get to know him. Not just the actions you may see in a moment, but the person behind them. Because Tremel is worth understanding, he's worth investing in, and he is worth believing in. Thank you for your time, understanding, compassion. Respectfully, Thaddeus Carter. Okay. So I do have a few more, if you want to read any more, like print out and give to you. I do have some more letters from parents and advocates, and there are some students that really want to be here, but they feel like if they stand up for Tremel, they're going to be in reprimand. So,
okay.
I just
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
You got it. Okay. Appreciate that. Thank you. Okay. That takes us to agenda item number 8, old business, which there is none tonight. Number 9, new business line items, amend administrative benefits effective 1/1/26. Motion to approve the changes to the administrative benefits effective January 1st, 2026. Mr. Murphy.
Julie?
Yeah, I can take this one. We are just requesting an amendment for the board share and employee share for dental and vision insurance. And what we are doing will match what MEA negotiated in their contract, so we will be the same as them. So it just increases dental from 10 to 20% for the employee and vision from 0 to 20%.
Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second. Discussion? Jolene, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Mr. Guyer?
Yes. Item 9B, Harding High School Program of Studies for 2026-2027 school year. Quite simply, a motion to approve that program of studies. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Discussion?
Yeah, there are, this came through curriculum, and there are some really outstanding courses that are going to be presented at Harding next year. I do believe we're going to start scheduling soon for some classes. So I really hope and pray that the students take advantage and parents kind of look at the course of study, and I'm pretty sure that they'll find and they'll be very, very happy at the selection of courses that we'll offer at Harding High School next year.
Anybody else? Okay, Jolene, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Swanger,
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer.
Yes.
Mr. Guyer,
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff,
Yes.
Mr. Weibling,
Yes. Item 9C, Grant Middle School Program Studies 2026-2027. Do we have a motion to approve the program of studies?
Motion?
Second?
Discussion? Jolene, call the roll, please.
Mrs. Dyer,
Yes.
Ms. Swanger,
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff,
Yes.
Mr. Guyer,
Yes.
Mr. Weibling,
Yes. Letter D, non-teaching supplementals. Motion to approve Jeff Ratliff as the head varsity boys wrestling coach and Kimberly Weatherhead as the winter head varsity high school cheerleading advisor. Do we have a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Discussion?
Did we not do this already, or no? Yes? I thought we had already, no? Okay,
not for these. So.
okay.
Jolene, call the roll, please.
Mr. Guyer,
Yes.
Ms. Swanger,
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer,
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff,
Abstain.
Mr. Weibling,
Yes. 9E, non-teaching supplemental. Motion to approve Michelle Weibling as a winter freshman cheerleader advisor. Do we have a motion?
So moved?
Second.
Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Ms. Swanger,
Yes.
Mr. Guyer,
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer,
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff,
Yes.
Mr. Weibling,
Abstain. Okay, item 9F, Marion Public Library Board of Trustees reappointment. Superintendent recommends the reappointment of Patrick Carey to the Marion Public Library Board of Trustees for a term beginning January 1st, 2026 and ending December 31st, 2029. Anything to add to that?
Yeah, just that Mr. Carey, Patrick Carey, is the recommendation. He has been on the library board since his first term began in 2012, and Mr. Gary Branson, a letter signed by him, is endorsing filling that seat again with Mr. Carey.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
I'll second. Discussion? Call the roll, please.
Mr. Guyer,
Yes.
Mr. Weibling,
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff,
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer,
Yes.
Ms. Swanger,
Yes.
Item 9G, overnight trip, Harding High School overseas trip. The superintendent recommends the approval of an overnight trip to Normandy, Paris, London for Harding High School students, departure June 2027, return also June 2027. Since Mr. Hayner has them present, is he planning on going as well? I was wondering.
Sure.
Sure, gotcha, okay.
Turn that paperwork in as soon as possible.
Yes, so.
May I chaperone?
Yes, there you go.
I'd like to chaperone that trip.
Yes. Mr. Murphy, Mr. Hayner,
Yep.
whomever is taking this one.
Mr. President, this is for an international travel, social studies at Harding, with Sean Kearns, Brett McCreary. They are going to Paris, Normandy, and London, 6 to 25 students. The cost is almost about $4,809. With approval, they can start fundraising. There are some opportunities for scholarships as well for some of our students.
Okay. And this is the reason why we're doing it so far in advance
Correct.
to, yes,
So they
to
can
allow
start
for
that
the
fundraising.
fundraising, so. Okay. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second. Discussion?
So what are the actual dates?
There are no actual dates yet.
June 20 of 27.
Yeah, but it's not an overnight trip though, is it?
Yes. It's a week-long,
Multiple overnights.
multiple overnights.
6 days, 6 overnights.
Yeah, we just don't have the exact scheduled
Correct.
dates yet. It's
Yep.
a little too far
So,
before that.
so that's deceptive to me. Should it just be like a overseas trip, or should we, because it's not overnight, correct? Right?
But it does
Out of
say
the
that,
country.
Mrs. Dyer says overnight trip, Harding High School overseas trip.
Right, but it's not overnight. You're saying it's like 6 nights, right, should it say? It's just confusing to me. But,
overtime, I'm sure we could add multiple nights to it, or what, I mean, I don't know.
Do we have a separate way, though, to recognize the international travel versus overnight?
Versus domestic, yeah, and even,
We don't, I mean, there's a policy, but it covers anything where you're leaving to go on an overnight trip. It
Yeah.
lumps it all the same, that we
Right,
have
so
to
it's the
approve
same
it.
form
Yeah.
for,
Yeah, correct.
which we passed
I was
recently,
looking-
correct? That was within the last 2 or 3 months, and
And
maybe 3 or 4
I
months
don't know
by
if we
now.
should have separate forms for, I mean, I'd leave that to these guys, but separate forms for an overseas versus an in-country thing.
overnight.
But I think right now we're using the same forms when you approach the board and say, this is what we're trying to do. Because that, right now, is all we're doing, right? It's just, hey, we need to start raising money and start getting this thing going. Not really all the trip information is available to us yet.
With a trip of this magnitude, could we get an update as we get closer to that? I know it's, you know, the Washington DC trip is so big, especially if you're sending one of your kids on that, to just know, hey, where are they going to be at all times and everything else. So if we could get
And I have on mine to ask for those dates once those dates have been created, and I will
Okay.
bring those to you as well.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, thanks.
You are welcome. Let's see, can you call the roll, please?
Yeah. Mrs. Swanger,
Yes.
Mr. Weidling,
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff,
Yes.
Mr. Guyer,
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer.
Yes.
Takes us to agenda item 10, new business agreements and contracts. Schubert Tennis, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. The superintendent recommends the agreement between Marion City Schools and Schubert Tennis LLC for tennis court resurfacing. Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, this one was thoroughly vetted through board committee as well, and it's a contract to resurface the tennis courts. Some of the services provided as part of the $70,902 is the course prep, bird baths being filled, crack repair, the sports coating that they put on. I tell you, Schubert's highly recommended, and that was discussed in committee meeting. They do really high quality work, and that's one of the reasons why this is the recommendation for them.
I think it was the cheapest bid too as well, right?
It was pretty close.
It was, right?
Came in, yeah.
It did it end up being the lowest when it came back? Oh, good.
About $1,000. So.
And you guys looked
Good.
at this as well, right?
Yeah, it was between them, Vasco, and another.
I mean, it
contract.
came through
Yeah, it
buildings.
came through buildings and grounds.
Then it came through extracurricular,
Extracurricular,
so
yes.
we've had
Yeah.
2 committees look at it.
Yeah,
It's an
these
Ohio
guys-
company.
Yeah, these guys do outstanding work.
Gotcha.
I think an extracurricular is more informative because you guys had already kind of okayed it, more so than, just so everybody knows, more so than us looking at it, buildings and grounds looked at it, then it came to us just saying, this is what we're kind of doing. Are you guys okay with it more than our approval? So-
I think the concern at first was Schubert maybe was a higher, but I think when you broke down the
Yeah,
bids, it actually
correct.
was the lowest one.
But it went through 2 committees, and I think Buildings and Ground had already approved it when it got to us, so.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
Any further discussion?
I just think we need to get this done so that our girls' tennis team can have a three-peat.
True.
It is pretty smart to introduce it on the night that you're recognizing
Girls' tennis
it.
team.
It makes it a little easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a little bit better when you're winning on that same
I might
court.
say though, with the 2 repeat, they don't need a new tennis court. They're doing pretty good themselves on it.
Strike that from the record,
Well,
please.
we're going to get a new color scheme to it too, so it's going to be a nice update and upgrade for our students.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, Jolene, can you please call the roll?
Mr. Guyer.
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer.
Yes.
Ms. Swanger.
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff.
Yes.
Mr. Weibling.
Yes. Item 10B, Meta bus bid. The superintendent recommends an agreement between Marion City Schools and Meta for bus purchasing. Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, it's a purchase a bus. You see the price there, $146,267. We work with Meta to get the best and the lowest quote, and of course, we do get that. So a recommendation to approve this quote to purchase a bus.
Is this part of the ongoing rotation? Okay.
Are we in discussion?
We're not in discussion.
Is there a
Everybody's
motion?
like, smack, smack. We're not
I'll
in discussion.
second. Is there any discussion,
I'm
Mr.
sorry,
Ratliff?
who made the motion?
Who made-
Okay, I didn't hear you, sorry.
Second, and now Robbie's got a
Gotcha,
question
gotcha.
or two, I guess.
Now
Now
discussion.
you can.
Yeah. It's my understanding now this is part of the ongoing rotation. It's not out of normal for us to buy these things at different parts of time.
Yeah, during our Buildings and Grounds Subcommittee meeting, Ms. Dyer had asked that.
Yeah.
Like, what's the rotation of the bus fleet? And so Jake was able to provide the update. We needed one more. He said typically 10 to 12 years on the lifespan of a bus, so this would fully give us the fleet we need.
Is it normal to receive a line item? I don't even know what description of what we're buying.
I know when-
everything's on there. except,
When
what's
I
standard.
looked at that too, I laughed because there's a line item, I think, for the lights.
I was just
And
intrigued.
like you can buy a
Yes.
bus without lights?
Yeah. It's like Johnny Cash, one piece at a time. I didn't know. Yeah, so.
Is that how you have to do buses all the time?
For Meta.
Really? Okay.
And like, do you know Mr. Grau? You know how he is.
I know, but if
You
you
know
have
him.
never seen one of these, it is
I-
incredibly interesting.
Yes.
Because it is paying for the tires, and then you get
Brakes.
the lights, you
Yes,
get
the whole-
brakes, you get.
So can we like
Get the
start
bus.
with basic and not have lights?
Only day trips.
Yes. Not international. Okay. All right. Can you call the roll, please? I think that
Mr.
was
Geyer?
Discussion. Yes.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Okay, item 10C, Ohio Guidestone. Superintendent recommends the approval of the agreement between Marion City Schools and Ohio Guidestone for behavioral health services and supportive services. Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, so this is currently we're doing have a relationship with 3 different mental health organizations. This is one of them, and in reality, a lot of the students that they provide service to is really outside of the school day. They're referrals because they have a grant, and anytime that you have a situation where it's commercial insurance or private insurance, typically referrals go to Ohio Guidestone because of that grant that they have to cover those costs with that. So. This is just to extend that contract. You'll see that the date is as of today on that contract as well.
Thank you. Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second. Discussion? Can you call the roll, please?
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Mr. Geyer?
Yes.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes. Item 10D, Perry Pro. The superintendent recommends the approval of the agreement between Marion City Schools and Perry Pro for copiers. Mr. Murphy.
Yeah, Perry Pro is they're our current copy provider as well. We had a 5-year term agreement with them that ends in March of 2026. So this agreement would be additional 5-year term. All new copiers throughout the district. We have been able to eliminate 3 copiers in this new agreement to still be just as effective and as efficient as what we have been. So that keeps our monthly total slightly less than what we currently are paying right now. So just trying to be as efficient as possible. And I believe this was discussed in Buildings and Grounds because I think I was late at the last meeting, but I think this was discussed if I'm not mistaken.
Do we have a motion?
Motion.
Second.
There you go, beat me to it. Discussion? Jolene, call the roll, please.
Mr. Geyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes. Takes us to agenda item 11, executive session, of which there will be motions for multiple reasons. At 7:14 p.m., motion to adjourn the executive session for the purposes of number 1, number 3, 4, and 5.
4 and 5. Now, are we able to then discuss the parent?
That's one of the reasons why we did.
Is it, which one is the number?
And what did we say that was going to be?
That's 5.
5?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just going to ask this question. Are we discussing the things that are on the consent agenda?
Yes, I think we should just do it on
But
now.
the things that were going in are on the consent agenda? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, Mr. White, President White, would you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like to.
Okay.
Okay. I'll make a motion to adjourn for executive session at 7:15.
Second?
Call the roll, please.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes.
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Mr. Geyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Okay, we will adjourn. We'll be back. All right, again, we are back. Item number 12, amendments to the consent agenda, of which there will be one, to remove Jen Wellman from 13B to be tabled for December's meeting. I'd like to take a vote on that. I'll make the motion, again, to table Jen Wellman from 13B for December. Do we have a second?
I will second.
Any discussion? Jolene, call the roll, please.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes.
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Mr. Guyer?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Okay, item 13, new business consent calendar. Consent agenda approval. All matters listed on the consent agenda are considered by the board to be routine and will be enacted by the board in one motion in the form listed below. The board will follow board policy 0165.1, section E. In regards to the consent agenda, the superintendent recommends approval of all consent agenda items. Employment is specifically conditioned on and subject to successful background checks, receipt and final administrative review of all application records, and receipt of all other necessary documentation. This will be items 13B through 13L. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
I'll second. Jolene, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Mr. Weibling?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Mr. Guyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Takes us to 14. As we said, that will be discussed during the December meeting. Agenda item 15, board announcements, future board meetings for the rest of this year, December 15th at 6 p.m. in this room. Next, number 16, committee reports. Extracurricular, Mr. Ratliff.
Extracurricular, I think we went over how our kids fared in the fall, what to expect in the winter. Our numbers are up, obviously, program-wide. We're a little down at the high school in the fall, but not much. And we went over the tennis stuff, just generalized how we're doing and where, and we're doing really well at a lot of different areas in sports. And our, obviously, youth is still climbing and taking off, and there's some ideas that might be coming forward that we currently don't have on the table, but such as intramurals and so forth, different sports that are coming potentially. I think the biggest one being women's flag football, what to do with that and whether we should have it or not, because it's going to be an Olympic sport. So we're talking about getting it off the ground and running before even teams around us do, because we don't want to be behind on the way the trend for women's sport and flag football is going. Pretty much sums it up, Noah.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
And there's a great graphic that was included on our socials about, and I think we saw it.
Yeah,
It was on
we
our
wanted Brett
social.
shared, yeah. For the
That's
PYAA participation.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's a great graphic.
I mean, just look at the number of clubs that are
Yeah.
each elementary.
Yes.
It's just, you know, I think that's pretty incredible in and of itself. So,
Agreed. Buildings and grounds.
not much to report. Many of the things that we addressed on our meeting last Monday on the 10th, we approved earlier the tennis courts, the Perry Pro Copier contract. We did discuss a couple bigger projects that Jake and his team are putting on our radar now. Harding Boiler being one of those. That's going to be a big ticket item coming down the pipeline here in the next year. Got a couple different projects with McKinley parking lot coming up. We discussed the new bus that we approved, and then working on some converting some spaces at Garfield, Taft, McKinley, and Hayes, because those buildings are running out of spaces. So Jake and his team are working with an architect firm to look at some options there. And then starting the fitness center upgrades, I believe December 1 still on schedule for a nice paint job over there and starting to spruce that place up a little bit. So aside from that, Ms. Dyer, did I leave anything else?
Okay, thank you. Curriculum.
So we also discussed a lot of it, but we talked about the new high school course of study and some of the new courses that are going into that. So AP economics, and then 3 new science courses that are coming in, some new world language courses. So we just talked about those. We also talked about the middle school course of study. We talked about a new series that is there to help teachers. That is the DREAM series, which is part of the Ohio Department of Public Safety, that is going to go in with 9th and 12th graders and be embedded into some health classes. And then we had a discussion, an ongoing discussion about credentials. And so we just keep that conversation going. Yep.
Anything to add? Gotcha. Okay, Finance Committee.
Finance Committee, again, we talked about the financial stuff. We talked about the insurance for the administrators and the administrator pay on the insurance. And then we also talked about the audit that is going on, that is in full swing, where the audit team is coming in and looking at our stuff of Charles Harris and Associates. So, still going well?
Yep. They'll be back tomorrow.
There we go. And I will say, in terms of finance, not that we discussed at the finance meeting, but I went to the OSBA conference, and I went to several sessions that talked with finance and dealt with finance and money. And so I'm going to, compile those notes and pull some of those things, but some very good information about what's going on with. And then, of course, we have the state legislature passing the stuff on property tax, so it's just gonna bring a whole new slew of information to the Finance Committee.
And opportunities.
And opportunities.
Yes.
Anything else?
No.
Okay.
Gotcha, thank you. In terms of...
Where we get to be creative.
Yes, always love those opportunities. In terms of policies for the first reading, you'll notice when you do take a look at these, if you haven't already, very minor change when it comes from withdrawing from school. We also have, I'd say the policy changes for the attendance policy will probably have the most change that you will see, including one for attendance at a driver's education course, which would be something new, not that we're offering it, but that a student would be able to miss due to that a certain number of times. I just did notice this, that the personal communication device, that link right now is taking us also to the attendance policy, so we'll need to make sure that that's addressed. Next, we also have, in terms of release time for religious instruction, I know we took a look at that very recently at the end of May. Some more changes coming, more dealing with if we had an outside agency that was doing that more so than us. And then in terms of addressing, make sure that we are fully addressing to our capabilities. Student abuse and neglect has a separate distinction now for child sexual abuse, and making sure that our staff receives the proper training too. So that's the new policies that will be on their way, and you've got those tonight. Mr. Ratliff, did you have anything you wanted to add to that?
Just that under the personal communication, that's pretty much state law that we're changing it again because they're being more restrictive about having personal communication devices in schools. So everybody should probably check that one out if you have limited time, because that one's probably the one that's going to be questioned or asked about the most by the public and all the principals and everybody else, teachers and everything. Because what we had was, lunch and stuff like that, the kids can have it, and they're saying, no, you can't. So, and that's not us as a school board doing that, that's the state of Ohio doing that.
Those are the only differences. Mr. Ratliff is on the policy in August we approved, and we had the opportunity to add certain areas where we allowed students to use in the hallways, on the bus, in the cafeteria, where now all of those are going to be taken away. Their phone has to be stored in the off position. It can't even be on the vibrate.
Yep, correct.
So the biggest difference is everything's being taken away from what we kind of laxed in, if that's a fair term to say.
Yeah. And are we when this passes, are we rolling it out immediately? We're rolling out second term? We're rolling out next year? Which one is it going to be?
By law, it has to be rolled out by January 1. So it's going to be as kids come back from Christmas vacation or holiday break.
Okay.
With all those new phones.
So do not ask for a new phone for Christmas, children.
Yeah. They don't have it very much.
Thank you ahead of time for your compliance. That takes us to number 18, the final reading.
I mean, maybe.
Can I do student achievement too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, go
But
ahead.
Mr. Hayner, maybe in the December, we probably should have a little presentation by you or Mr. Murphy about what that means. So we can either cut it up into smaller pieces later, or people can just watch the board meeting on what the new device is, meaning parents and so forth. I don't, a little couple
media
minutes
stuff.
of information, I guess, on the,
Or we go back to the bell, no cell.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had it earlier.
So I wanted to talk about student achievement. I have a couple of things. I don't want to make this meeting longer, but Ms. Swanger mentioned OSBA. I did run into Sally Green several times down there, who absolutely loves Marion City Schools, and again, I appreciate everything that was done to accommodate her, and she got swag, and she left the swag in my car, and she called me like 9,000 times, don't forget it, don't forget it. But she was really impressed with robotics and our kids, and how polite they were, and how well they could communicate, when asked questions, and they knew what they were doing. So she was really, and she went around the whole conference telling everybody about that. So again, thanks. Thanks to Dr. Kinney and Johnny Jackson, who presented at OSBA, and you're very professional. You made us look good. Thank you. And that's always good to represent. I also wanted to, for student achievement, I don't know if anybody got a chance to see Cinderella. Man,
It's awesome.
I love how all the schools, the elementaries and the middle schools, and it's all inclusive, and it's so professional. And I was like, those kids look like they enjoyed it, and whoever does the scenery, and I was like, the guy on the horse, the prince on I was like, that's just so amazing. So as far as student achievement is concerned, the production of Cinderella was awesome, but it always is. I wouldn't expect anything less. So congratulations to those students, staff, and personnel who put that on. Also, I saw on social media where McKinley students are going to have a show choir, kind of like TAF that came in today. So we're getting them in tune early so that when they do get it to middle school and high school, they'll already know just exactly, so we can only get better from here. So good job, McKinley, and also TAP. I didn't know what they were going to present when I saw them on the agenda, but I was over there for academic night. So TAP had a busy night. You put a lot on their shoulders today, you guys, but they were so, I was very impressed with them at academic night, and also tonight. I did also pick up this character education stuff, and it was explained to me that since, let's say, November is gratitude, if the teachers click on that, they can also get all kinds of resources. And I said, that's money well spent, and then talking to the young people there, they all knew what the previous themes were and everything. Now, if we could just get them to practice it, it would be amazing. So, which I think they are. Lastly, I wanted to, you guys know John Ratliff, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So I sent him an email because this is about student achieving after they leave here. So his son Payne was a D3 qualifier for the NCAA championship, and he qualified by being the top 7. So he gets to go to regionals, which will be this Saturday in South Carolina, and it will be live streamed on NCAA.com. And John was also very proud of the fact that Payne won the OAC championship. So our students, even after they leave here, and he was excellent when he was here. So we all had a piece in that. So if you have an opportunity to follow Payne, NCA.com, to send him some good wishes, and his Prexy family is proud of him.
And I don't know if you said it, but he runs for Otterbein.
Otterbein, no, I
Yeah.
didn't say that.
Yeah.
Otterbein, yep.
Yeah, they brought that up at the banquet last night, and everybody's excited to hear, oh, we got a, yeah.
Cross-country
Go to
runner,
nationals,
so,
yes.
yeah, cross-country.
Yes, so see?
Representing Central Ohio too at Otterbein.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it for me.
Thank
Mr.
you.
President.
Sorry for almost skipping. I
That's
had
okay.
the policies up. But it made me wonder in terms of the youth involvement with the musical. Have we ever done, because I know Jamie's always looking for behind the scenes in a stage crew, have we ever done like a behind the scenes little snippet of what those kids do? Because there's so many that, hey, I can't sing, I can't dance, I have no desire to be on stage. But,
Right.
wow, does that look interesting? So I wonder how, we got to talk to her about that.
And
in the next
piggybacking
And she
on-
lists them, you know.
Oh,
this
yeah, absolutely.
Stage
and
manager.
calls them out. At
Yes,
least Friday night, she
yes.
had them come out and introduced everybody. So,
As to our extracurriculars too, it made me think of this when Ms. Dyer talked about the show choir. We're also going to be offering some kind of instruments for a 10-week period for the
what was that?
elementary kids. An introductory
City band or something like that?
Yeah,
Is that what
they're
we're
having an
calling it?
all-city
Yes,
band.
all-city band, yep.
They're going to have, so kids will be able to participate in that at a young age for,
What
10
grade
weeks,
level is
right?
that?
That's elementary. I think they're going to have them at a neutral location, right? Downtown or something?
I believe so. And then Sean Tyler had a lot of involvement.
Sean
His
Tyler?
Marion Arts Legacy
Oh, Marion,
Association.
okay.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
So some of the
Yep.
arts
Thank you
are
for bringing that up.
showing up at the youth level.
Attracting attention. So.
Nice.
Legislative liaison. As if there hasn't already been enough.
Right, I mean, we're still dealing and looking at what's coming down with the 4 pieces of legislation that all deal with property taxes and what impact that will have on us. And then we're still watching House Bill 96 in terms of where that will go. And
Okay, there it is. Left us hanging there with the comma. Okay. All right, thank you, everybody. In agenda item 18, policy readings for approval. These we had since last month. Most of these small changes, some rescinding some policies that were duplicates. Again, you'll have much more to take a look at for next month's meeting. So, do we have a motion to approve the policies before you? So moved. Do we have a second?
second,
Any discussion? Jolene, can you please call the roll?
Mr. Weidling?
Yes.
Ms. Swanger?
yes.
Mr. Guyer?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Agenda item 19, other authorizations, resolutions, et cetera. Do we have any need to go into executive session? I didn't think so. Motion to adjourn.
So moved. I'll second. Evan got me.
Call the roll, please.
Ms. Swanger?
Yes.
Mr. Guyer?
Yes.
Mr. Ratliff?
Yes.
Mrs. Dyer?
Yes.
Mr. Weidling?
Yes, at 9:24 p.m. Thank you very
So
much.
we're on the 15th, you said, right?